Hello and welcome. Isn't it interesting to know that everything that has ever been invented, everything that we see around us, came out of someone's sense of creativity? So, how do they do that? Like the guy who invented the car, the guy who thought about the airplane, and some really artistic and amazing paintings and architectural structures. Where does these ideas come from? Is there access for only special people, or do we all have access to this creative genius? If we do, then how do we awaken this sense of creativity? Where does it start from? If you are really interested in knowing how to awaken your sense of creativity, then you're just in the right place. Just stick around and don't go anywhere. Welcome back. This is Wise Words with Abigail. Here we share inspiring, motivating, and insightful words of change. Okay, I'm so excited about today. It's a new day in the month of August and it's been so fun this summer. I hope you're having fun and living a chill life wherever you are. Okay, so right now we are curious to know, how do we awaken our sense of creativity? How do we bring out that creative genius that's in us if really we all have access to it? There's nothing so special about those who are killing it in their career, be it in an artistic form, in medicine, providing solution in one way or the other. Every one of us needs to tap into that sense of creativity for us to be able to succeed in life. You might be wondering, why do I really need to be creative? I'm okay just where I am. Well, you shouldn't be okay with where you are. If you want to be successful, then you must aim for being extraordinary and you must aim to stand out. So how do we awaken our sense of creativity? Is there a special ceremony or a special occasion where your sense of creativity is available to you? I doubt that. Just in case you're thinking that you don't need to be creative because it really doesn't, have anything to do with what you're doing as a doctor, a teacher, or a stylist, that is not necessarily true. Creativity is not just needed for people who are artists, musicians, actors. No. Think about the first time when you saw a very grand, unique, exquisite, sophisticated building structure. What was your reaction like? Wow, this is beautiful, right? Or think about a very beautiful and unique hairstyle. If that does not convince you, how about when you see complex road or bridges intersecting each other in a very beautiful way? And you're wondering, how did they do this? How do people think about this? That is creativity. It's about providing solutions to people's problems in a unique way. Do you know that the part of the brain that controls our sense of creativity is our right hemisphere? So some may say that, okay, for those who are creative, so to say, have a dominant right hemisphere compared to their left hemisphere. I put it to you that that part of the brain, the right hemisphere that controls our sense of creativity, is like a muscle. The more you exercise the muscle, the more it is going to be flexible and effective for you. So the more we connect with our creative genius, the more creative we become. So it takes practice and consistent use of that part of our brain to be able to awaken the creative genius in us. Don't feel like if you try doing this one time and it doesn't work for you, then you're just not built or created to be creative. We are all made to be creative. All you need to do is remain consistent. Now that we have established that you too need to awaken your sense of creativity in whatever you do, so you can succeed and stand out as an individual. So how do we do that? Take a minute and be still. Stay in silence. Listen to the wind, the waves, nature. Observe things around you. Just be in your own space and let your mind be open. The thing that really affects our sense of creativity is the fact that there's too much noise going on. There's too much going on around us. Just because we don't want to get bored, we fear boredom, so we try to engage in activities even though they're not really necessary. We're on social media checking out videos, people commenting, we're working, we are planning, we are engaging with people. Every single day for 24 hours, there's something that we are doing. But we need to slow down, take a pause, and just be in that quiet space where you can think. You can hear yourself actually. It is in that space that creativity is born. Once you can overcome that feeling of being bored and enjoy being in your own company, then your creative sense is beginning to open up and connect with you on a level that you have never connected before. I try as much as possible not to go on social media in the early hours of the morning because I find it very distracting, It's not easy to overcome that temptation. If all you do is work, loading so much information in your brain without giving it time to reboot, then you're just draining yourself and destroying your creative capacity. So, in the middle of the day, you can take a few minutes, half an hour or 1 hour in a day and relax, take a walk, be by yourself, don't do anything. Pablo Picasso was a very famous artist. One thing you should know about him is that he never did any of his works the same way. He was known for constantly reinventing himself and doing his work with a different technique and style each time, so that if you saw his works, you wouldn't tell if it was made by one person or from different individuals. I would like to think that each time Pablo was going into his creative space, he wasn't thinking about perfection. He was thinking about being unique. He was thinking about going with the flow. That's one thing you should remember that would help you awaken your sense of creativity. Stop looking for perfection. Stop looking for things to go a certain way. Go with the flow. It is always much better to go with the flow. And if it leads you somewhere that you've never been before, somewhere that is unfamiliar, then it means that you are about to create something that has never been done. When you are going with the flow, you're in a space where nothing else matters. You are absorbed in that particular thing that you are doing, that you become highly effective and efficient. When you're in your flow state, you're at the peak of your creative genius. That is the moment you should treasure so much. You can't get in the flow by criticizing yourself, by writing yourself off and saying, oh no, this is not good enough. I don't think this sounds right. Oh no, that didn't look so good. No, it doesn't have to look good to you. It doesn't have to make sense to you completely. Sometimes when we are thinking, we overthink. And we let these thoughts cut us short from accessing our creative sense. So I would say you should think, but don't think. Think about the solution, but don't bother yourself about how you're going to make it work just yet. Because even though it looks like you don't have the resources to make that idea possible right now, what makes you think that few years down the line, that your solution that you just thought about would not be useful? Or maybe there's just someone out there that can give you what you need to make what you're thinking a reality. So that's what I mean. Don't stick to thinking about how others have done it, but think about how you can do it differently. In other words, think outside the box or change the shape. There is one feeling that always comes with accessing your creative sense. It's exciting. It is magical. It is a feeling that is out of this world. That sounds like fun to me. I don't know about you. Therefore, accessing your creative genius is not something that is rocket science. It's not something that should be difficult. is something that you should have fun while you're at it. Irrespective of what you're doing, are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself while you're at it, or you're just doing it and you're frowning and you feel terrible? There is no way creativity can be born out of that. That is why some people stand out and they have differentiated themselves from being an ordinary staff, an ordinary employee, just because they enjoy what they do. You walk into a bar and you see a bartender being artistic with the way he's, putting the drink together. They do it with some dance moves and all that. And you as a customer, you enjoy it, like, wow, this guy is really enjoying himself. He's having fun. This is creativity. So don't take the fun out of the process. See the way children, their faces light up when you're doing something they like, be it painting, drawing, sketching, or whatever. It doesn't even matter if the painting does not look good, if it looks funny. But the mood alone, their joy and happiness being involved in that process is something that is priceless. And that is something you should aim for. So as an architect, a nurse, a hairstylist, a fashionista, an engineer, are you having fun with what you do, with the work you do? Are you allowing yourself to enjoy the process? Creativity cannot be forced or manufactured. It can only be expressed from a place of peace, stillness, and joy. To conclude this, I would like to say that creative people have wild, bold, and daring imaginations. They don't limit themselves to how far they can go. The same energy that you use to think big is the same energy that you would use to think small. So why not think big? What's stopping your imagination? Your limiting mindset. If you want to be creative, then you can't have a limiting mindset. When the idea first came to fly a plane, people thought it was crazy. That's impossible. How can you say that? But here we are today. You can fly across the world, across countries, just because someone did not settle for that limiting mindset. That is the power of your imagination. I have a video on how to activate the power of your imagination. You want to watch that immediately after this video. Let me conclude with this. I watched a video on social media of a little boy who was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor so that I can create a drug that can keep people alive forever. You might laugh at that, but that is his creative sense at work. That is the power of his imagination at work. So my friend, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from actually activating your creative sense? Keep flexing that muscle. Keep working at it, and you will see that creativity will come to you naturally. I hope this video was very helpful to you. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and remember to share this to your friends and loved ones. Just before we go, I would really like to say thank you so much to everyone who has supported this channel, watched my videos, and who has been following me through from the beginning. I am so happy and excited to announce that right now we are at 1K followers, and it has been a very incredible journey. I wouldn't have gotten this far without you all. Thank you so much. Let the love keep coming in, let the support keep coming in, and I'll do my best to keep bringing in good and valuable videos for you all at home. Thank you and have a lovely week. Bye bye.